complete the move. So yeah, Everton, as you know, they spend money on duds, and they're under pressure to meet the Premier League profitability and sustainable rules. I don't know what this means for Tottenham's pursuit of Anthony Gordon, but you know he becomes Tottenham's fourth signing after Perisic, Basuma, and Richarlison. You know, I think he's developing a competitive squad. Definitely where Perisic is, Basuma is, and Richarlison. Fraser Foster's, he's probably just going to be going St. Thomas more and doing Tottenham in the community and hosting talks in secondary schools and that. So that's good for that. Tottenham are also close to bringing in Lynette from Barcelona on loan as well, people. So I don't know what other business Spurs will do, but they've made progress in relation to that. We'll circle back on this. Again, Tottenham apparently have turned their transfer focus to Lynette and obviously Esteban, who we've seen play left back for Thingy, Bandili done. So let's see that happen. Apparently, Barcelona doing the clear out, and shout to G1 and that. If you're a United fan, you're laughing. You got De Jong and that. Apparently, there's 12 players up for sale. De Jong, obviously, he's probably one of the only players that, you know, they're not going to sell the La Masia guys right now in Fati, Gavi, and I know he's not La Masia, but Pedri's the golden boy. They probably don't even want to sell De Jong, but he's one of the only players that are available that's going to bring peas into the club. And to be honest, you have to rate United, because normally United always finessing themselves with transfers. 56 million, and I don't care about money and the structures of this, but apparently they're structuring it in such a way it's like 11 million a year and things. You know, if we're all here to criticize clubs for to do things, it is what it is. So yeah, United are laughing, man. Apparently it's the last day for clubs for FFP, so maybe that's why Everton sold him. They must have panicked. Spurs, what's the word on Spence? I mean, the last talk on Spence was Daniel Levy was taking proper control of that. So maybe that's why it's taking on the back burner. But I think he's probably saying, well, it's a lot of money for someone that plays in the Championship. But I think that one will go over the line, man. Maybe, well, Middlesbrough don't really need a replacement because he wasn't playing for them. But maybe there's a replacement being done there. Not laughing yet, bro. You got him, bro. Like, Richarlison is just like Spurs decent, but meh. Boy. Sergio Desky, you lot keep trying to tell me this brother's good. I can't lie. No matter what, I think he's shit. I'm sorry, respectfully. I think he's shit. I'm sitting here talking with you lot. He's playing for Barcelona, innit? So that's that. I think he's terrible. I think he's horrible. I don't think he's good enough. I think he's Banduli. I think he plays soccer. I don't think he plays football. But he's available. Come on, man. It's 2022. No one wants him, Titty. Come on now. Lynette, shout out to Spurs for doing that. 27 years of age, tied down until 2026. So he's still getting the bag at Barcelona regardless. Memphis Depay, apparently his agents were at Barcelona yesterday and were saying he still has a future. Apparently Xavi likes him, but he probably is going to be one that's moved on. I swear he's only got 12 months on his deal. So there's that. I can't lie, depending on his level of fitness, I might have a little offer. You know, Harry Redknapp set and see what's going on for Pjanic, really, where Arsenal's midfield is concerned. But at 32, it's done, innit? He's got the bag as well, people. He's set to see out the last 2 years of his deal. I mean, in about 20 years' time, Pjanic and Arthur both are going to get arrested for money laundering. Neto, how long until you're linked with Arsenal again? You haven't actually been linked with Arsenal. I mean, Meady, Braithwaite. You got to be bugging out to sign him. Ricky Peak. Apparently, you like partying with PK, Meady, Trincao, not levels, Minguesa, Meady, Donny, Meady, Coutinho, Meady. So it's just meaty things going on the roads right now, if I'm honest. Pjanic got done dirty. Man. Koeman didn't rate him clearly. Apparently, what? That scared me. I didn't even read that properly. But Arsenal linked. Morata returns to Atletico Madrid as Juventus decide against signing striker outright. That's good for them, man. Stop linking him with Arsenal. I'm not on that. Please. We've already got Meady done. Please. Where's the transfer bit? Apparently Lewandowski is missing, as he's gone missing from a media event for Bayern Munich. Apparently he's prepared to go on strike to force his move to Barcelona. And I'm sure you all saw yesterday he was in Ibiza. Chelsea have been handed a boost for Deluded. I can't lie, it's not fair, man. These men can't get Raphinha, Dembele, potentially, probably even fucking Neymar and Deluded. We have to run so much agendas, people. The CEO of Juventus has said it's impossible to keep a player who wants to leave. And I can't blame him. Juventus are not really competitive at this moment. He probably feels he's got a bit of education. Chelsea have won the Champions League recently. The lure of the Premier League, the riches of the Premier League, the London aspect for a 22-year-old as well. It makes three at the back as well. You know Thomas Tuchel can do a thing for you. It makes sense. I don't know with it being a World Cup here. Obviously, he's still going to go to the World Cup, but it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. Today, keeping a player he wants to leave is impossible. It's not always about the money. And if one wants to go, you don't just tell him, okay, go ahead. It's hard to keep a player, but all those sitting at the table of negotiations must be satisfied. Who has the money wins. So you put up the piece for him, you can get him really and truly. Di Maria seems set to join Pogba and going to Juventus as well, people. So yeah, it is what it is in that regard. Where's the transfer thing where it's just normally just telling you everything that's happened? This is annoying. Sorry, people. Normally there's just like a little transfer thing. This is just Manchester United transfers. Where's the live blog? All right, here. And I mean, it seems like it's gone in it, but we keep hearing. I think De Jong's a United player, but they keep saying he's hesitant and resistant to the United move. Bro, they want to sell you. Morata's bust out. Chelsea been handed the lit boost. Celtic have signed Sampdoria. Chelsea are waiting on a yes from Raphinha. According to Sports Witness, Chelsea are simply waiting on Raphinha agreement to join the London club, having already agreed a fee with Leeds, though the player does not appear to be convinced as he awaits Barca move. I mean, Chelsea was second choice. If Barca can't front the peas, then I guess his client, Deco's agent, goes. Deco's client, goes to Chelsea. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with him wanting Barcelona and at opposed to Chelsea and Arsenal. And I don't really care for this, but one has to wonder if you're Chelsea and you get him. I don't question his commitment levels because I think he'll get with it. But, you know, it's not that the player didn't want to sign for you, but it's like you're not his first choice necessarily. The same logic to Arsenal. So, yeah, Chelsea are ahead. They've agreed or roughly agreed, as some articles say, personal terms. They've clearly prepared to pay Leeds what they want. This guy's heart set on Barcelona. Can Barcelona give Leeds what they want? Chelsea can afford everything, but the players clearly having cold feet. Allegedly, Arsenal are going to, keep going to the end. Arsenal can only get him if Barca say, you know what, forget that. Chelsea say, forget that. And he's only got us to work with him. That Leeds might sit there and say, well, we might make less money next year, but we're probably going to have a relegation race. And it's probably better to lose Calvin Phillips and not just Raphinha as a case of losing both. So I don't know how that one develops, but it's a merry-go-round. United have joined Newcastle in the race for Benoit. I cannot say his name, but this 21-year-old is quite a decent centre-half at Monaco. Tottenham, remain convinced in signing Spence. Arsenal lead United in the race for Martinez. Now, I'm not against the signing of Martinez, but I have to wonder. I'm not saying centre-half isn't a priority, people, but for me, and I've said it before, if I could for Arsenal, I would get a centre mid or two or three. I'd get a striker, which we've got with Jesus. I'd get a right winger, which was the links with Raphinha and other people. We'll see what happens. And I'd be open to getting a centre back that's a bit different to what we have. But saying that, I know Arsenal fans are getting it, and maybe even United fans getting a bit gassed off this guy's adaptability. One has to wonder 30, 40, 50 million euros for a position that should already be covered. We spent 50 million on Ben White. Saliba's returning. Gabriel's there. Tomiyasu can play there. I'm not against it. I like what I see from him. He's aggressive. He can split the lines with passes. Scares me a bit because he's a bit unorthodox. I don't think he's as good as people are making out, respectfully. I know people talk about his versatility, but I always sit there and say, how much times have they seen him play left back? How much time they see him play as a six in midfield? He's played his most games at centre-half, and he is a left-sided centre-half. It does give us something in the squad. It does put pressure on Gabriel, but one has to wonder what we're doing here, really. I'm not against it, but I don't know what's going on there, really. I think United more need a centre-back than us. Not that I'm turning it down. And if I was Lisandro Martinez, apparently Arsenal have been trying to get you for months, so there is that degree of stuff, but I think there's more game time at United. You could probably be a partner for Varane. Tierney can't either, but Luke Shaw can't stay fit. You could play there. The manager, like Arsenal, United's a massive club. You get good wages. I'm not against it. And if Arteta wants this, then fair play, do your thing. But, a lot of people that are saying I would rather, as I said, I'd rather spend the bag on a winger because we don't score enough goals. I want to see centre mid addressed. To Chelsea. Listen, if you're a Chelsea, Arsenal, or Barca fan, well, not even Arsenal anymore, because not that I can. Just want to see an end to what's going on, really. And I still think Chelsea will end up getting Neymar as well, regardless of what happens in this pursuit. but everyone on their nan's gonna add their own little spin, their own little remix and whatnot onto these stories. So we'll have to see how this develops. United and Arsenal have been priced out of a move for Ruben Neves. Apparently they want 75 million for him. Lol. Apparently Neymar is crazy about a Barcelona return. You need that. Raphinha and Neymar. Surely Barca. I mean, again, these clubs are Bandulu. They can find money out of anywhere, but they can find money out of anywhere, but surely they can't facilitate that. And I know Thiago Silva is gassing him to sign for Chelsea. I genuinely think he'll end up signing for Chelsea, in my opinion. But a return to Barca could be what is needed. Now, Neymar's probably best off the left, or for me, anyways, he plays as a quote-unquote 10 where he's free. This is the guy they need. You should have never left in the first place, really. He's crazy about the idea of returning to Barcelona. Why PSG are trying to phase him out, I don't know. It is what it is. A man said, DG, you bring up valid points against Martinez, but he's South American, so that means we have to sign him at all costs. I don't make the rules. Amen, bro. Amen. Raphinha will play his heart out regardless. Man gave his all for Leeds when it would have benefited him to let them go getting relegated. Yeah, that's it. I'm just saying, for some fans that do that snooty stuff, and for me with Arsenal fans, they're annoying me. We don't want players who you don't want to sign here. Unpopular opinion, I don't think Raphinha is against signing for us. I think if we were alone in the race, we would have got over the line. But can you begrudge him for wanting to join his dream in Barca or then Chelsea, who are doing better than us? It's a reality thing. He's 25. Do you want to join the most competitive side? You only really sign for us trying to build a name for yourself in the game, or you've been at a big club like Odegaard, it ain't really worked out. You're trying to get some love and pause and rekindle that sort of stuff. If you're competitive 25 or so years of age, bro, you're going to want to go to the European champions, or you're going to want to go to, obviously Barcelona have been rubbed out by their own standards, but you're going to want to go there. It's nothing personal. It's just business, really and truly, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, man, Sampdoria want whoever that. I can't lie. This brother, check the core. I hope he doesn't let me down. But I'm big up Malcolm Aboe as well. They signed for Derby, but I think he's one of the signings, if not the signing of the season. It's up pre-season. Give him a bit. He's 22, but I've watched quite a lot of Lens. I think he's very good, man. He's good in the box-to-box role. Can develop even more as a 6. He's very good at 22 years of age. Play for a Champions League club, and I think he will at one point. And to be fair, as a centre mid, a young one playing out of France, going and playing under Vieira, it's a movie. It must be a dream. But yeah, Crystal Palace have done what they needed to do. Paulo Fonseca has become Lille manager. Spurs again are pressing ahead with signing defenders out of La Liga. De Jong is resistant to Man United move. He's eager to prove himself at the Camp Nou. Bro, you got no choice. If they're selling you, brother. Like, you got to accept it at some point. Chelsea waiting for yes from the player to confirm purchase. Agent tempted by Blues. Transfer ultimatum sent to the club. As I said, my opinion, Raphinha ends up at Chelsea. I can't see the Barca move happening, but I'm not no transfer man. Chelsea have dotted I's, crossing T's. They're just waiting for the green light. As you can see here, they've agreed a fee, broadly agreed personal terms, waiting for Deco to do what he's doing with Barca. And then they keep it moving. Lukaku has completed his Inter Milan return and joins Chelsea's loan army. He signed for an 8 million loan deal, really. And I'm sure Chelsea fans are happy to see the back of him, people. Number 90. Oh. Fucking hell. 325k a week. And I mean, a man said he hired a lawyer to facilitate the move. And I mean, it says here Chelsea will effectively be paying Inter Milan to take Lukaku, even with the loan fee being paid by the Italian club. The Blues will continue to pay yearly installments on Lukaku's original transfer, with those payments set at £20 million. Crazy. Undoubtedly the worst signing, and definitely the worst signing I've seen in a hot second. The worst re-signing, if I'm completely honest with you, in history, really, for Chelsea Football Club. But it's put to the end. Premier League clubs want Neymar's PSG transfer talks pick up pace. As you can see here, I'm not, it is what it is. We've covered that. I don't know why this is still here. What's this about? We just looked at this, didn't we? Fiorentina are close to signing Luka Jovic on loan, I believe, initially. So, yeah, man. Is what it is. Apparently, Lukaku said he kept in contact with the Inter Milan manager throughout the season. And there was rumours that Thomas Tuchel, I think he was running some light-heart banter. And he's like, how Conte is his daddy, and he got upset and shit. I mean, Lukaku, for some, there's just too much drama and noise for someone that just isn't good enough for none of that, if I'm completely honest with you. Chelsea fucked themselves over, bro. I big up my guy Rance. Come on. Chelsea fucked themselves over, desperation. They bought a striker. And again, I'm not right about a lot of things, but I told you, look, that striker thing wasn't going to work. You could see the logic between buying Lukaku. They had Chelsea with them the season before. They were creating a bag of chances and no one could score. Lukaku, obviously, in theory, could score. There was all this, become such this good player in Italy and things. Again, ripping Pablo Mari tax. He got a bit of that benefit. Didn't bang past that. I told you, look, within 6 months, and I was actually wrong because it happened before. It's not going to work. Like, I don't even think in hindsight, Lukaku wanted that move now, and Conte wanted that move. I'm not Conte. Tuchel wanted that move. It was never going to bang. It was always going to be booked. It was never, ever going to happen. It's a bit shameful in that Lukaku could have had 18, 20 league goals last season, and fans would have still said, what does he do in terms of general play, which is a bit of a catch-22 for strikers these day and ages. But Lukaku's a bit like Aubameyang in that if these men are not scoring, then there's a whole bag of questions to be answered. And again, you factor in the fact that Lukaku just wants too much baggage. It's like a dead thing talking about cocktails and that. You're not getting none of that, really and truly. He's just not good enough for none of that. It's just too much noise. Anything that costs you, and anything that costs you your peace of mind is too expensive. And for Chelsea, they just have to eat that L, really and truly. Basuma's been cleared of sexual assault allegations. Listen, they say innocent until proven guilty. Obviously, the conviction rate with these things is not really that lit. It's not really that good. But boy, it seems like he's been cleared. And obviously, Spurs were not going to sign him if they didn't have an inkling or speak to people that justice, if it is justice, would take its course. People, so it is what it is. Arsenal have. There's talk of signing a defender. Apparently, Daniel Ballard, who looks set to join Vincent Kompany's Burnley, looks set to join Sunderland. Apparently, he's had his medical and he's agreed a deal. Hopefully, there's a decent loan fee for the footballer there. Not loan fee, permanent transfer fee if he's sold on past that. I don't think he's anything to write home about, but I do think he's better than a lot of the Arsenal centre-backs who were playing Europa League and got opportunities, really. And I do think he'll play Premier League football one day. I don't think he'll play for the biggest and the baddest in the league, but I do think he'll do that. Once again, apparently Arsenal have submitted. Apparently FIFA have sold 1.8 million tickets for the Qatar tournament. How many of them tickets have gone to normal individuals? You tell me. Apparently the Serie A title is to be decided by a playoff when teams finish levels, which could be quite interesting. Once again, Inter Milan have re-signed Lukaku after a disastrous 12 months, really and truly. Crazy. I mean, these lot need to report these lot for fraud, man, really, and just bust case like that, because that is all bugged. That is all long, really, if I'm completely honest with you. Once again, Xavi and Lewandowski were pictured in Ibiza together. So it looks like Lewandowski's prepared to do all he can to pattern up that move. If we look on this website or for some of these transfer news, it's 6 minutes until we go live again. West Ham apparently were going to sign Danjuma, but they're finding it difficult to agree personal terms. They want him, but only at their conditions. Koulibaly's agent allegedly is in London to meet with reps from Chelsea. So did we see them getting Deluded and Koulibaly? I don't know. Look, Dembele's contract expires today. Bayern Munich have rejected Barcelona's third offer for Robert Lewandowski, as you lot can see there, folks. Whatever that means, people. The club would only start considering itself for 50 million. Well, that's one that's probably going to drag out. Dybala's officially left Juventus, obviously. Tulisio's having a medical at Lyon. Raphinha's future will be decided in the next few hours. Chelsea are waiting on Raphinha's answer. Deco has direct talk scheduled with Chelsea tomorrow, which is today. Barca and Arsenal will try until the end. Trying hype, bidding hype, encouragement hype. Did you get the guy or not? And this, you lot thought I was making it up. Again, it could be fake, but who knows? Obviously, someone told me once that Thomas Tuchel and Lukaku were chatting, watching a Spurs match. Tuchel then said, "There's your daddy," about Antonio Conte as a joke. It did not go down well with Lukaku. So you can't have them and they're in the dressing room. Like, too insecure, bro. Man said I got unfinished business. I'm back, baby. I'm very happy. I keep my promises. Brother, I'm not talking on Lukaku anymore. But Neymar's departure from PSG this summer is now very likely. A loan option is on the table that would see a club take on all or at least part of his 30